I'd love to just hear your piece on this in general. The state of
Yeah,
boxing as a whole right now is in a very interesting
Yeah.
spot because to some degree it's made this revival in a young. We also have guys
Jake Paul.
Jake
Yeah.
Paul and Tommy Fury fighting on these cards that
That
have
makes
big
millions.
That
draws,
makes
but they're not.
millions. Look,
But they're not like look at your
Yeah.
career, right? 23 wins.
Good. 28.
That's 28,
Yeah.
sorry. 28 that's grinding for years and years and years. All the way back to when you're a kid with your dad and he's putting you up against kids that you don't know, just making you fight them, right? That's an entire lifetime of this. And there's skipping the line going on in a big way, right? With these fighters. Do you as a professional boxer feel like that is
unfair.
good for the sport
Look.
or it takes away from the work ethic?
So
I thought about this.
I thought about this. First of all, I said, okay, well, what are they? What's the Jake Paul bring to boxing? Well, he is bringing a new fan base. He's bringing new eyes to the sport. He's bringing new people to the sport. Yes. Now, Jake Paul making millions in his first fight. How do I feel about that? Getting all this attention. How do I feel about that? And at first, I was like, this is not cool. This is unfair. Like, here's a guy like me, 15 years pro, chasing the dream.
Yeah.
It's unfair. But then I thought about it and I looked at it and I said, well, is Jake Paul making a joke out of the sport? And I looked
No.
and I was like, no. He's training like a real athlete. He's hired the best coaches. He's really trying his best to get better. So I was like, okay. So he's not cutting corners when it comes to the working out. He's trying his best to do his best. Now, smart about it. His team is smart about it. They call it retired old men. They call it retired ex-fighters. MMA fighter, not boxers, and they beat these guys, okay? YouTube, whatever. I was like, okay. But then I looked at it and I said, okay.
He's a YouTube star.
He's a Disney kid, okay?
But for him to
build that audience, he had to start at zero.
And he built it.
He took the miles, he put in the hard work, he did what he had to do to blow up to be that big. So he didn't cut corners there. He did it the right way. And now he's just using that at his hand to come to boxing. And yeah, that's why he's making the thing. So I was like, you know what? I'm not mad at him. Good for him. I was like,